Sefer Bereshit, Parashat Vayeishev, 7th Aliyah. And it happened after these things that the cupbearer of the king of Egypt and the baker transgressed against their master, against the king of Egypt. Paro was enraged at his two courtiers, the chamberlain of the cupbearers and the chamberlain of the bakers, and he placed them in the ward of the house of the chamberlain of the butchers, into the prison, the place where Yosef was confined. The chamberlain of the butchers appointed Yosef to be with them, and he attended them, and they remained in the ward for a period of days. The two of them dreamt a dream. Each one had his dream on the same night, each one according to the interpretation of his dream, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were confined in the prison. Yosef came to them in the morning. He saw them, and behold, they were aggrieved. And he asked Paro's courtiers who were with him in the ward of his master's house, saying, "Why do you appear downcast today?" And they said to him, "We dreamt a dream, but there is no interpreter for it." So Yosef said to them, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Relate it to me, if you please." Then the chamberlain of the cupbearers recounted his dream to Yosef and said to him, "In my dream, behold, there was a grapevine in front of me. On the grapevine were 3 tendrils, and it was as though it budded. Its blossoms bloomed, and its clusters ripened into grapes. And Paro's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, pressed them into Paro's cup, and I placed the cup on Paro's palm." Yosef said to him, "This is its interpretation. The 3 tendrils are 3 days. In another 3 days, Paro will lift up your head and will restore you to your post, and you will place Paro's cup in his hand as was the former practice when you were his cupbearer. If only you would think of me with yourself when he benefits you, and you will do me a kindness, if you please, and mention me to Paro. Then you would take me out of this building. For indeed I was kidnapped from the land of the Hebrews, and even here I have done nothing for them to have put me in the dungeon." The chamberlain of the bakers saw that he had interpreted well, so he said to Yosef, "I too, in my dream, behold, 3 wicker baskets were on my head, and in the uppermost basket were all kinds of Paro's food, the baker's handiwork, and the birds were eating them from the basket above my head." Yosef responded and said, "This is its interpretation. The 3 baskets are 3 days. In 3 days Paro will lift your head from you and hang you on a tree. Birds will eat flesh from you." And it was on the 3rd day, Paro's birthday, that he made a feast for all his servants, and he counted the chamberlain of the cupbearers and the chamberlain of the bakers among his servants. He restored the chamberlain of the cupbearers to his cupbearing, and he placed the cup on Paro's palm. But he hanged the chamberlain of the bakers just as Yosef had interpreted to them. Yet the chamberlain of the cupbearers did not remember Yosef, but he forgot him.